Fable Squad. Right, man, I told you guys I had an announcement to make today, and I'm going to make that announcement right now. Right, so basically I've been tussling with a decision for the past 3 months, right? And that decision has been with continuing YouTube as a full-time thing. I've mentioned this a few times on my reactions, I've mentioned this a few times on some of my notification videos, and it's something I absolutely love. I love YouTube, I love content creating. I've always wanted to just be a content creator for many years now. And just seeing how the year has gone with regards to COVID-19, with regards to business, with regards to economies, with regards to what's happened with contracts of mine, I came to a point where I'm thinking to myself, why not just do what you love now? You've done it. I've sat in countless boardrooms, I've dealt with countless corporates, I've done countless projects. What I haven't done is I haven't done what I've always wanted to do, and that is create content. I've dealt with the humdrum of the corporate mainstream, but what I haven't done is this. And in the beginning I kind of thought, well, let me just start a YouTube channel because for the love of music, because I absolutely love music, and that's why I started the reaction channel. And I thought, we'll see if it goes, but I never ever thought that it would actually take off the way it has taken off, and it's taken off unbelievably well, you know what I mean? And that's all thanks to you guys, it's thanks to your support, it's thanks to your guys' love for the channel, and I appreciate that so much. But there's obviously two things that I need to deal with, is that creating content as well as staying alive at the end of the day. So content takes a lot of time to create, so there's a lot of hours that goes into it, and we know, like I said before, we haven't even scraped the surface in terms of the kind of content that we can create. We're talking about 2 channels over here, which is Fable Reactions and Fable TV. And Fable TV, I wanted for custom dedicated content, which is going to be short documentaries, little series. It's going to be something really cool that I wanted to do on Fable TV. The only reason we can't kick that off is because I just never have the time, and just never had the time. You know what I mean? And also with Fable Reactions, we can do so much more with the reaction games. We can get back into series. We used to do series before, we used to do trailers before. And I kind of feel like I was spending more and more of my time on stuff I actually don't enjoy anymore. It's stuff that I don't want to be doing anymore. Ever since I've gone on this journey with YouTube, this is what I have come to love. This is what I am literally so passionate about. I love the people, I love the content, I love reacting to this music, I love engaging with you guys. And I've always been someone that's also believed in value, adding value to somebody's life, adding value to somebody, and there being a reason for that value. I'm not a kind of person that will ever ask anybody to put their time or their money or their anything into something that is not valuable, right? And this is kind of what I'm asking here of you guys today. I have been told a few times, start a Patreon page, right? I never really looked into it, didn't really know what was much about Patreon, but it seems to be a platform that just supports creators, right? And it's a really nice platform, specifically in this sort of like fork in the road that I'm in at the moment, because my choice, my announcement today is that I am going to be going YouTube full-time, right? I've made many changes in the past 2-3 weeks, just with regards to how the year has gone. And I came to a point where I've decided to take yet another risk in my life. I take many risks in my life, but to take another risk in my life and go down the road that I'm really passionate about, and that is creation of content, right? That can touch and talk to people around the world. That's what I want to create. That's what I've always wanted to do. And that is now what I am going to do. So the reason I actually started the Patreon page was purely because I'd like there to be a support system for the 2 channels, for Fable and for Fable TV. If you guys feel the need, there's no obligation. If you guys feel that you can support, there's only one tier on this Patreon page, and that is a $4 tier. It's a $4 a month subscription, which is affordable. I know for some people it's not, and I would not ever obligate you to spend that money if you cannot, or if you don't feel there is value to Fable or Fable TV. But it's just, while I take all of my hours in my day to create content for you guys and to edit and that kind of thing, that at least can subsidize my life, can subsidize some of my expenses, as you know, because I'm putting all of my time into this now. In terms of hardware and stuff like that, I've always got that covered. I've got the hardware, I've got the software that I haven't even used for this stuff. I haven't even used the majority of the software that I have available to create videos, because I just don't have the time, and it takes a lot of time. But now that I can fire all that up, I can increase the value of this channel. I can increase the quality of this channel. I can increase the quality of my second channel too, because I've now got the time, right? And the one thing is that I don't want to subsidize myself via sponsorships, because I really don't want other people's brands on this brand. I really don't want other people's products on our page, on our family page. Fable is Fable. I told you this channel will forever be yours. And I just don't want to have to subsidize my life and my existence dealing with other corporates that get to promote their brands on my brand. My brand is your brand, and it will remain that way. So Patreon is another way to really, really help support these channels, because I don't want to go down the sponsorship routes. It's $4 as part of the Patreon page. I've also added benefits to the Patreon page if you do want to become a member of Patreon. Right, it's $4. It's going to pop up on the screen now. So basically what you get is you assist in keeping the Fable YouTube channels ticking. So that $4 goes to keeping the Fable YouTube channel ticking, which means keeping me ticking. In terms of hardware and that kind of thing, I've got all of that. So it just keeps me ticking. Blocked YouTube reactions will be visible on Patreon. That you don't need to be a member to see that. I will just put that on Patreon as opposed to IGTV. It's just better. Patreon members get to vote on reaction series, which is awesome. If you're a member, you can vote on our series again, so we can kick off these series once again. And then we can do these trailers and that kind of thing, and it will be custom designed by you guys. You guys have a say in that. Patreon members get to vote on Fable TV content. So you guys get to vote and say what you want to see next on Fable TV. Custom content that I can create for you guys based on what you guys want to see. You get to vote on that as well. You also get exclusive live streams on Patreon. So if you're a member, you get exclusive live streams with me on Patreon. We do 3-4 hour live streams. And then probably one of the greatest things about having the Patreon is priority requests on Patreon. So if you're a Patreon member, for that $4, you can request on Patreon, you can request a reaction request. You get 2 a month. Right? And those will be prioritized and dropped immediately because you are a Patreon member. And every single member gets 2 requests a month, which will get dropped immediately as they request them. Within 24 to 48 hours, their request gets done and get put on Patreon, right? Nothing stops on YouTube. Everything continues on YouTube. We're still going to be dropping, we're probably going to be dropping more content now than less at the end of the day. But I'd say we'd probably keep it at a stable rate of 5 reactions a day, even though because I've also got a kid on the way, so my time, but still. So my whole thing about having the Patreon page is to actually have a support structure for both these channels, so that I can just do what I do best, and that is content just create more and more content and better the content. To be honest with you, I am not happy at the level or the quality that we are currently sitting at, right? But in the past couple of months, I haven't been able to increase that because I had to put on 2 caps every day. Right now, I'm only going to be putting on 1 cap, and that is the YouTube cap. Okay? Apologies, just need to sort out my computer goes on lock, and that is the YouTube cap, right? All of my time and all of my efforts are going to be dedicated to YouTube, to bringing content for you guys. So if you find that it is valuable, if you find that it is something that you enjoy and you absolutely love, and you are willing and able to support the channel with a $4 subscription a month, I'm leaving my Patreon link down below where you guys can click and you guys can become a member. It really will help the channel, it really will help me, as it will subsidize a portion of my life while I create this content, and I can put all of my time and dedication into this content. I will bring more tiers to Patreon where we can do more really exclusive content, but that'll be at a later stage. Right now, I just want an even playing field for every single family member that is affordable and is willing to support the Fable channel. So as I said, there's no obligation to you guys. Nothing really stops. But I need to also create a sort of balance as to how I use my time with regards to creating content, and then also with it being feasible that I can keep myself alive as well. And I'm really trying to not go down the sponsorship route at all. I don't want sponsors on my channel. And as you know, on the reaction channel, 90% of reactions get claimed. So making very little money on YouTube, like very little. Making some, but I'm making very little money on YouTube. Not enough to subsidize my life and my time. So this is why I have started Patreon. And if you guys feel that there is value, and if you guys feel that you want to support the channel, my Patreon link is down below. Other than that, YouTube continues. YouTube goes ahead. I am putting all my efforts into it, and we'll see how we go. We'll see the level of support from you guys on the Patreon side, and then if that's going to be something that will sustain us, then man, you have no idea what I can create for you guys. You have no idea. When you give me every hour of the day in a month, man, you don't understand. You don't understand what I can bring you, right? I've been bringing you 5 reactions on most days of the month. And that is with me not even having time. That's with me having to work 18-hour days. Imagine 18 hours days of just me and YouTube. It's a different world. It's a different world. Anyway, guys, so that's what I wanted to let you know. I am going YouTube full steam ahead. And if you guys are willing and able to support, I'd appreciate that. I'm leaving the link down in the description. If not, please don't feel any way. I completely understand. I understand the year that we're in, and it's completely up to you. You need to decide whether it's value for your money and whether you can. I'll never decide that for you. But if you do, I really appreciate that, and I will catch you on Patreon, and we'll start our family over there as well, and we'll keep this going. So you guys didn't need to be worried. It's actually a good thing. I am now telling you that I am a full-time content creator. Love you all. Please stay safe. Peace.